Hello and welcome to the Long Island Weather Report. I know we're a little late tonight. It's January the 2nd, 2025, and it's about 10:20, and a lot of clouds around today again. They did break for a actually pretty sunset. I wish I was at a lake looking at it, but I was in the usual area that I was in, so I just you can see the pretty sunset, and then the skies clear out, as usual. The skies cleared out toward nighttime, remaining very windy. I actually walked from Rockville Center to Lynbrook. I found a path to walk along, and it was pretty nice, actually. This is the path here. I'm familiar with this part of the path, but apparently the path continues and goes all the way to Lynbrook, believe it or not. So, yeah, it was a nice little path there that I took. It was very nice. Very nice walk. And we got stars and a few passing clouds, but you can see very starry-looking skies. Winter is always a great time to look at the stars because we have longer night times, and the air just tends to be clearer, and you can see all the stars we have out there. Really nice for stargazing, even if it is a little bit windy out there. So before we talk, we're going to talk about those winds right now because they did actually issue a wind report. We did have a wind advisory in effect for today, and we'll look and see if we can see some notable wind gusts here. I'm looking at a lot of areas gusting well into the 40s, almost a 50-mile-an-hour wind gust at LaGuardia. Suffolk County, as usual, seeing the highest winds. Stony Brook gusted to 62. Fair Harbor, 58 miles an hour. Eaton's Neck, 53 miles an hour. Great Gull Island, 52 miles an hour. Yeah, some pretty impressive wind gusts. And then looking at these maritime stations, too. Robbins Reef, New Jersey, gusted to 55. And off Robert Moses State Park gusted to 51. So yeah, the winds are quieting down, but they're still going to remain breezy because of the pressure gradient that we are in. Looking at our current conditions outside, we can see all the winter weather advisories. There's going to be the storm system passing. There are going to be a number of storm systems that are going to be passing through. And I spoke about that yesterday in this weather video. We're only going to cover the weather through Friday. So. You see temperatures have dropped into the mid-30s now. West winds still gusting to 24. Air pressure is not that high, 29.93. That probably explains why it tends to clear out at night, and then when the sun comes out, you get all this self-destructive sunshine because of the instability and inversion layer. So 34. It did get up to 45 at Islip today. I'm surprised about that. I wonder if that 45 was from last night, because I think during the day today. No, it was from during the day today. So we still managed to get to the mid-40s, despite all the clouds, you see, at Islip. So we'll go and look at our highs and lows. Let's go to our highs first. And high temperatures, yep, mid-40s pretty much across Long Island. Central Park got to 42. And then going to Jersey, yeah, 45. The Pine Barrens west of Toms River, so fairly similar temperatures because of the west wind, keeps things uniform. Obviously, no radiational cooling. The lows, I think, are the current temperatures right now, mid-30s that we have. I don't think anyone had any radiational cooling last night. Doubt it. No. So we're not going to see that because of the wind. So there's a small craft advisory, actually gale warning in effect through 1 a.m. on Friday, and then maybe we'll see the winds quiet down a little more. Let's go to our climate statistics for the day at Islip. So we had a high of 45 and a low of 37. That's still 4 degrees above normal for the high, 11 degrees above normal for the low. That puts us 8 degrees above normal for the day. So still dealing with temperatures above normal. But we're going to see the temperatures continue to drop. Looking at our weather map here, you'll see that we have another little low clipper type system that may wind up bringing a little light snow to areas to our south. So we'll have to watch this. We're going to look at some of the models in a moment. Well, before I get there, let's show you the satellite image. You could see, again, we have clouds around us, but no clouds on top of us. But with a setup like this, you've got all that lake effect moisture, and when the sun comes out, it just creates that self-destructive sunshine that we have. Go to the CONUS view here. So here's the CONUS view. You can see the look that we have. And then you got this low that's sitting over here now, well into the Canadian Maritimes. So that's keeping that northwest flow in place, keeping things chilly Let's go to the Modus satellite here, and we'll show you what the what it looked like earlier today. You can see all the clouds over us. So actually, this was earlier on in the morning. You could see the clouds were already building, and then as we got toward the afternoon, yeah, plenty of cloud cover, developing all stratocumulus type clouds. So let's go look at the actually, we'll go to the Weather Prediction Center for a moment. We'll just do our surface analysis here to show you the tighter isobars are now starting to move away. The high is centered over here, so we're kind of not in that high pressure area. So that's where we're seeing the stronger winds and more clouds as a result. So let's look at the models now and show you what's going to happen. So that high, excuse me, that high pressure. It's funny how I only sneeze in here, but you can see those isobars. All right. So going into tomorrow, which is your Friday, you'll see the isobars loosen up a little bit, but not that much. Here comes that little wave that's going to wind up. You can see this high is way up here. So there's that little wave that's going to pass by us Friday night into Saturday morning. And that wave, when it gets offshore, it's going to explode. And I think once that wave passes, we'll see the temperatures drop a little more. But you can see the isobars remain tight. It looks like they get even tighter on Saturday. So who knows? We might need another wind advisory when we're talking about Saturday's weather, which I'll talk about tomorrow night. But like I said, we're just covering the weather from now through your Friday. And I'll talk about the weekend tomorrow night. Let's go and look at the HRRR. And there are some flurries out there, too, just to mention. Just look at the radar here. None of this is reaching the ground. It's more to the north and the west. So let's go back to the models here and look at the HRRR. And you see there's that lake effect snow that's going to continue up there. And if we go back to the weather and hazards map, you should see those lake effect snow warnings that are still posted. Yep, yeah, they are. A lot of them. So you have a lot of light snow being poured upstate. So we have a lot of these lake effect snow bands. I'll just actually go over to the radar for a moment upstate and just use the regular radar here from the Weather Service. It's kind of higher resolution, even though it doesn't do pre-tip zip type. You can kind of see these bands here that we have here, a little bit further to the west here. Yeah, this is the area. You got the radar here, kind of show you. See the band right here coming off. And there's some yellows in there, too. This is all snow, and you can see heavy snow. So it looks like north of Syracuse is getting pounded right now. So that's going to continue into tomorrow, the lake effect snow. You can see that. As for us, you'll see the isobars relax a little bit. Here's that little impulse that passes by the south. Could dust the ground, perhaps, in Ocean County and Point South. A little bit of snow right there. And then as we go into Saturday, like I said, we'll talk about that tomorrow night. So let's look at our dew points and let's see how much snow is going to fall, first of all, between now and tomorrow night from these lake effect snow bands. So total accumulated snowfall. That's precip. No, I want the snowfall. Total snowfall. You can see in those bands, yeah, a foot or maybe even 2 more feet to fall. And it's even showing again, according to perhaps even an inch in parts of Ocean County. Don't be surprised if a couple of areas get a couple of inches, mainly on the grassy surfaces, which would make things look nice. So dew points and wind flow, obviously the winds will still be with us tonight. The dew points are low and then generally in the teens, and they stay there tomorrow. You can see that got the west winds tomorrow still going to be breezy, but not as strong as what we've been dealing with. And then they kind of relax a little bit before the winds pick up again, and just show you a sneak peek at Saturday. That's what I mean. Behind this system, it's going to turn a lot colder. So this is when we start getting into the Arctic air. Notice those dew points dropping now into the single digits. So that's when we start getting to the Arctic air on Saturday. This air mass that we're in right now, it's not Arctic at all. So it's just like general continental polar air or whatever. It's not even we couldn't even manage to be at normal today. We were still above normal. So tonight the lows will drop to probably the upper 20s, and then we'll see tomorrow be maybe similar to today. Highs will probably reach, and again, the model really underestimated how warm it got. Maybe a tad cooler tomorrow, maybe upper 30s to around 40. I was surprised it got to the mid 40s. I still think a lot of places are going to see 40 degrees tomorrow. But then as we go into Saturday, again, just to give you a peek at what happens Saturday, we're not going above freezing on Saturday. It'll be a lot colder. That's when we start getting into the Arctic air. So we'll just look at a couple of soundings here for tomorrow. The 17Z, which is noon. See, we've got these lines fairly close together for tomorrow. In fact, back it off to 15, maybe we'll get these lines a little further apart. But this is still indicating that we're going to see, I have a feeling, a lot of stratocumulus development tomorrow. Again, once the sun comes out, I was hoping for maybe a clear day, but probably not. We'll probably have to deal with a lot of those clouds, and then we'll have more clouds increase from that wave that's going to pass by to the south later in the afternoon. So let's go look at the sky model with the RGM here. So RGM obviously being optimistic again, saying, well, we're not going to see too many clouds tomorrow on Long Island until we get toward the afternoon when these mid and high-level clouds come in from that little wave that's to our south right there. So we'll have to see what happens. And looking at Saturday, it's showing a lot of cloudiness again. So there could be a lot of stratocumulus development again. So let's go look at the... let's go look at some more, another model here. Let's go look at the NAM for sky cover tomorrow. So NAM also showing that we're not going to see all that much stratocumulus again until we get toward later. Again, I'm not sure if I believe this, because when I look at these soundings, let's look at the 17Z. Look at how close these lines are almost touching. So to me, that indicates cloud cover, if it's not showing up on here. So I think there will be cloud cover tomorrow, and if they'll say, oh, it's going to be a sunny day, I think we're just going to have a lot of these clouds pop up again. It doesn't happen. Now, maybe if we had snow on the ground and we were able to keep those convective temps from being reached, maybe we'd have clearer skies, but we don't have any snow on the ground. So I think we will see a lot of pop-ups, unfortunately, for tomorrow. I can look at one more model. This is the other site I can use here, Ventus Sky, because this does give you the cloud output for the HRRR. So if I go ahead and look at this, you'll see here 10 o'clock. Look at that. You already got a big deck of clouds over Jersey. Already clouds popping up over Long Island by noon. Yeah, we got a lot of clouds over us. So as far as a nice sunny day tomorrow, partly sunny, I think we'll call it. And we'll still be dealing with the winds, wind gusts here to 28. Not wind advisory criteria, but it's still going to be breezy tomorrow. So that is going to wrap up this Long Island weather report. Have a good night.